Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter number sequences, and the lessons we're going to cover today are geometric sequences, evaluate variable expressions for number sequences, mixed review, write variable expressions for geometric sequences. So please make sure before the so please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions. Okay, let's just start with the lesson. So here I am on grade 9 math. We're going to start with the lesson geometric sequence. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so let's just start with the first example. Type the missing number in the sequence. The numbers are the number 4, the missing number 4, 256, 1024. So let's just recall about the geometric sequences. So what are the geometric sequences? Geometric sequences are the one in which you can find the next term by multiplying the previous one by the constant multiplier, right? So that means you have to multiply this number by the number you can get the next one, right? So just look at here 4 times 64 times what number is 256? 64 times 4 is 256, right? 256 times 4 is 154. That means to multiply the 4 times 4 so you can get the next one. So 4 times 4 is 16. So the geometric sequences are the one in which you multiply each term to get the next, like in which you multiply with a constant multiplier to get the next term, right? So the missing number is 16. Got it? Okay, let's just move on to test question. Okay, the next, let's just start with the test question. The missing number in the sequence. So we're working on geometric sequences, right? So obviously you can get the next term by multiplying or dividing. You just have to see which number it is, right? You can find the pattern by using the given numbers in the sequences, right? So that's the one we just did on the tutorial. You have to multiply each number by the 4 to get the next term, right? So 4 times 4 is 16. So the missing one is 16. The missing number is 16. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing in the sequence? Let's just understand the sequence first, how the sequence is growing, and then you can find the missing one, right? Okay, that is 1, 2, 4, missing number 16 and 32, right? So That is 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 8. So the missing number is times 2, 8. Got it? The correct option is 8. Okay, let's just start with the next one. The missing number is 8. Got it? The next one is type the missing number in the sequence. So let's just understand the sequence first. 6, what number is 36? 6 times 6 is 36, right? So that means pattern is growing by multiplying by 6. So you have to do 36 times 6. That is 6 times 6 is 36. Times 3 is 18 and 216. So that means the 16 option number 2 is the correct option, right? You need to find the pattern, like how the pattern is growing. Then you can find the missing number easily. The correct option is 216. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it, everyone? If you have any question, you can please ask. The correct option is 216. The next one is type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? The correct option is you need to multiply 10,000 by 10, right? Because the pattern is growing by 10. The correct option is 10,000 multiplied by 10 is 100,000. Option number 1 is the correct option. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? The correct option is the pattern is you have to multiply each previous number to 3 so that you can get the next term, right? So the missing one is 9 times 3, that is 27. The correct option is option number 1, 27 it is. Type the missing number in this sequence. So which number is missing? The correct option is 125, right? 25 times 5 is 125. So the missing number is 125. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? The correct option is 64. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is evaluate variable expressions for number sequence. So you are given the number sequences. You need to evaluate um, variable expressions for these number sequences, right? Okay. Find the first three terms. No, you're given the variable expressions. You need to find the number sequences. Find the first three terms of the sequences divide below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. You are given the the expression that is 3 exponent, and you have to start with n equals 1. That means you need to replace the n by different value. So that is n equals 1, right? So 3 exponent 1 is 3. Then you need to find the three terms. So evaluate this n by 2. So n by that, when you replace n by 2, that is 3 square. That means you need to do 3 times 3, that is 9. Okay. So then you need to find the third term. You replace the n by 3, that is 3. You have to do 3 times 3 times. So the correct option is the sequence. The terms in the sequences are 3, 9, and 27. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the first one is find the first four terms of the sequences defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So let's just start with n equals 1, right? You have to find the four terms. So first one is 2. For this one, you have to evaluate the exponent. So exponent 1 is exactly the same number. That means you need to do 2 times 2, that is right. Now place n by 2. So you have to evaluate this, that is 2 times 2, right? So 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8. They have to evaluate for n equals 3, right? So this 2 exponent 3 means you have to evaluate 2, multiply 2 3 times. So that, and the next one is 2 exponent 4. So that is 32. So that the terms in the sequence are 4, 8, 16, and 32. Any question? Okay, let's just start with the next one. So the correct option is 4, 8, 16, and 32. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is find the first 4 terms in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a number. So, which is the sequence? You can evaluate and write the answer in the chat box, which is the correct option. Which is the correct option? Please do not guess the answers, right? You can evaluate and then write the answer in the chat box. That is option number 1 is the correct option. -6, -11, -16, and -21 is the correct option. Although you guessed the right one, but still please do not guess the answers. Okay, find the first 3 terms in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1, which is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. They are 3, 9, and 27. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the first 3 in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence with n equals, start with n equals 1. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 5, 10, and 15. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is find the first four terms in the sequence defined below, where n represents the position of a term in the sequence. Start with n equals 1. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. They are 6, 12, 24, and 48. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, I think that is a review of, yes, that is number sequences mixed with the lesson. That is just a review. Which number is missing? That is the arithmetic sequence. The number you have to subtract a common number. So, which is the correct option? So, just look, you need to find the pattern, right? How the pattern is they are decreasing basically. So, how they are decreasing? Yes, every time they are decreasing by 5. 78 take away 5 is 3. 73 take away 5 is 68. So that means the next one you have to subtract 5. So yes, that is 63. Got it? That is the arithmetic sequences. When you add or subtract a common number to get the next term, that would be the arithmetic sequence. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 10. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Let's just look how the pattern is growing, right? So here you have 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, and plus 4 is 3 plus 3 is 6, right? For the next one, you need to add 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. So option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is 10, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, that one is type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the next one? The correct option is 25. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? All the numbers are the squares of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the next one must be the square of 5. So the correct option is 25. Option number 2 is the correct option. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is 8. Okay, the next one is type the next number in the sequence. So which is the next one? The correct option is 60. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 6 is 16. 16 plus 8. 24 plus 10. 34 plus 12. And 46 plus 14. Yes, 60 it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is type the missing number. So which is the correct option? pattern is decreasing by 8. That is 78. The correct option is option number 1. 78 it is. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is write variable expressions for geometric sequences. Okay, write an equation to describe the sequence below. Equation of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 is the first term. Okay, you have to write down the expression, right? Mathematical expression for the geometric sequences, right? They are basically an equals a1, that is an is a1, r n minus 1. Now let's just understand what is this, right? A1 is the first term in the sequence, right? Here you have 8, 16, and 12. So the first term is 8. A1 equals 8, right? Basically, to write down the general expression for the term, right? R is the R means how they are increasing. 8 times 2 is 6. That is the constant multiplier or divisor, right? So R is 2. So you can write it as A1 is 8 and minus 1. Now, whatever expression you need to find a third one, the third term in the sequence, 3. That is 8 and 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 exponent 2. Exponent 2 is 2 times 2. This is basically the formula to write down the mathematical expression for the geometric sequences, right? That is an equals a1 times r n minus 1. A1 is the first term in the sequence and r is the constant multiplier, right? Let's just start with test questions. Okay. Write an equation to describe the sequence below. Okay, so you are given the sequence negative 15, negative 30, and negative 60, right? So start with A1. A1 is the first term. The first term is negative 15. You need to find R. R means how the pattern is increasing. So 15 times 2 is negative 30. That means R is 2. So that is AN equals 15 and 2 and minus negative 15 and 2 option. See, correct option. They are negative 15 and 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 15 and 2, not negative 2. Okay, write an equation to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 for the first term, which is the correct option. The correct option is that is negative 2 and 4. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Negative 2 and 4 is the correct option. Write an equation to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence where n equals 1 is for the first term. So, which is the correct option? Very good. That is 8 and 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write an equation to describe the sequence below. Use n to represent the position of a term in the sequence. So, which is the correct option? That is 3 and 4. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? An equation to describe the sequence below. The correct option is 5 and negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Okay, on grade 9 math. Chapter we're going on is the number sequences. The lessons we have covered today are geometric sequences, evaluate variable expressions for number sequences mixed review, write variable expressions for geometric sequences, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. Any tutor on the Skype, they are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to line, or either you can join me in the interactive. You can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and no questions. Okay, then that's all for